Hello everybody, this is Jack from tofluency.com and welcome to this English lesson where we are going to talk about phrasal verbs with get. Okay, phrasal verbs with get. So I have about 12 phrasal verbs to teach you. We might do some more as well, but first, if you are new here, then welcome. Again, my name is Jack and I teach English here on YouTube. If you are new, subscribe to these lessons and then also get my book, The 5-Step Plan for English Fluency. It is free to download. So today we're going to look at these phrasal verbs with get. For example, get ahead. I'm looking at my notes. Get along with, get around to, get by, get back, get off, get out, get on, get over, get rid of, get used to. We're going to talk about these in order. Okay, now what I recommend you do is when we're doing this lesson, write down some examples. So if you're watching live, then write down some examples. And then if you're watching the replay, do this as well. And then check out the comments to see what everyone else is doing. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Let me know in the chat. I can't see the chat very well. Oh, here it is, good. Hi Jack, greetings from Mexico. So you can hear me today, I imagine. Good, oh, and also like and share this lesson. Like and share it. So let's start with, I am going to start with get ahead. Okay, get ahead. And I'm going to give you examples from my life to give you some context. Okay, so let's talk about some examples. Get ahead. Now, to get ahead means to be in a position where you're doing more work or a good example is this. When I make videos and English lessons on YouTube, I like to get ahead, which means I like to make lots of videos, record the videos and upload them to YouTube so that I have about 6 lessons ready to go. I like to get ahead. You can also think about getting ahead when it comes to schoolwork. So if you're at a university, you can get ahead by reading about the lessons you're going to do next week. So that's the idea with getting ahead. So it means to be in a better position, to be further along with whatever you're doing, to get ahead. I love to get ahead in the morning, so I like to wake up early, if I can, before my family wakes up and get ahead to do lots of work so that I feel like I'm having a good start to the day. Can you leave some more examples below? Get ahead. Now, the next one. Get along with. Get along with. I'm going to show it on your screen. Get along with. This is such a common one and a really useful one too. Get along with. To get along with someone. This means to connect and to have a good relationship with somebody. And I'm going to give you some examples now. When you meet somebody new, you might say, I think I'm going to get along with that guy. I think I'm going to get along with that guy. Or I think I'm going to get along with him. I think I'm going to get along with her. Which is suggesting that after meeting that person briefly, you connected in a way to suggest you're going to have a good relationship, to get along with somebody. So I've got a great question for you. Do you get along with your boss? Do you get along with your boss? So do you get along with your boss? Do you have a good relationship? Are you friendly to each other? Do you have things in common? Okay, so get along with somebody. It's a really good one to know because I think in most situations, after meeting somebody, even for 2 or 3 minutes, you know if you're going to get along with somebody. You just have that feeling, that intuition. It's a really good word, intuition, like in your stomach, you just know. You don't have to think hard, you just know. We've got more people joining. If you're just joining, welcome. We're talking about phrasal verbs with get. And also, I have a great lesson on get where I talk about the different ways to use it. The link to that is in the description. So get along with somebody. Get ahead, get along. The next one is really good. And you might not know this one. Get around to. Get around to. So to get around to something. To get around to something. You'll hear people say, oh, I just haven't got around to it yet. I just haven't got around to it yet. Or in American English, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. To get around to something. Which means to find the time and to prioritize something. Usually people will use this as an excuse when they just haven't wanted to do something. So you might ask somebody at work, have you done that project yet? Or have you written that report? Have you written that report? And the person says, oh, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Which means they haven't found the time to do it. They haven't prioritized it. And this is often used when we are procrastinating. If we are procrastinating, which means putting off doing something, to avoid doing something. If I have something I don't want to do, I will often tidy the house instead. Procrastinate. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I haven't got around to doing my taxes. I haven't got around to writing that email. I haven't got around to finishing that project. I haven't got around to starting the new method to learn a language. So to get around to doing something. And somebody just said, I haven't found the time to do something, which is great. I haven't found the time to do something. Okay, the next one. If you're enjoying this, just press that like button. Yeah, get around to reading a book. We use the gerund, get around to reading a book. So let's say you give somebody a book as a gift, or you send somebody an article to read, and you say, oh, did you read it? Oh, I haven't got around to doing it yet. Now the next one is a lot of different explanations for this one. Get back, okay? Get back. Different ways to use it, to get back. One of the more popular ways, or common ways, is when we're talking about journeys and trips and vacations. And a question you might ask somebody is, when are you getting back home? When are you getting back home? So sometimes I text my friends and say, do you want to meet up tonight? Do you want to meet tonight? And then they say, oh, we're away at the moment, or we're in Florida, we're in Europe, we're somewhere else. And then my next question is, when do you get back? When do you get back? When do you get back? Okay, when do you get back? So this means to return from a trip. Now, someone just mentioned, I'll get back at you for telling on me. Okay, so think about that sentence. I'll get back at you for telling on me. This is revenge. Revenge. I'll get you back. I will get you back. So if somebody does something to you that you don't like, you might say, I'll get you back for that. I'll get you back for that. And sometimes it's used in a fun way. If you're playing football and somebody puts the ball through your legs to nutmeg you, then you say, I'll get you back for that. I'll get you back for that. But it's most commonly used to return from a trip. To get back from a trip. When are you getting back? When are you getting back? All right. Next one is related. Get away. Okay. Get away. Get away. Can you read that okay? To get away. And this, again, is often used for vacations, for holidays. I just need to get away. Okay? I just need to get away for a little while. It can also mean just to remove yourself from a situation. I need to get away from work for a couple of days. I need to stop doing work, stop going to work because I need a break. So it's often used with a break. That's the most common way to get away. We're going to try and get away in the summer. We're going to try and get away in the summer. We're going to try and get away in the summer. And then somebody just said here, he killed his wife and got away with it. Yeah, so to get away with something as well means you escape punishment. You escape punishment. It's used in lots of different ways. You know, like, I can't believe he got away with cheating on his wife. I can't believe he got away with cheating on. To cheat on means to have an affair. I can't believe he got away with cheating on his wife. So he escaped punishment. He escaped punishment. Or you might hear people say that everyone's just getting away with it at the moment. Everyone's just getting away with it at the moment. Nobody is being punished. Nobody is being punished. Or like in the banking crisis, the bankers got away with the crimes they committed. They got away with the crimes they committed. Next one. Get by. Get by. I'll get by with a little help from my friends. A famous song, okay? To get by. Now, this is often used when we're talking about financial situations. So you might hear someone say, I don't know if I have enough to get by at the moment. Or if I lose my job, I won't be able to get by. So it means to survive financially, to be able to pay your bills, to be able to go grocery shopping, to get by. It can also be used by children when they receive what we call in the UK pocket money. Pocket money. Do you have pocket money where you're from? Do you have pocket money where you're from? This is when parents give their children money on a weekly or monthly basis. I think I used to get £2 a week in pocket money. But I also had a lot of jobs too. But yeah, so to get by, to give pocket money to people. Allowance, exactly. Pocket money in American English is allowance. Allowance. Okay? And a kid might say, I can't get by on £2 a week. I can't get by on £2 a week. Next one. There's a couple of meanings I want to share, a couple of definitions. Hopefully you can see that clearly. Get off. To get off. Two main definitions here. To get off a train, to get off a plane, to get off a bus. So to leave public transport, to get off. But it can also mean to finish a shift, to finish work. And a very common pickup line, or if somebody is interested in someone romantically in a bar or a restaurant, is to say, what time do you get off? What time do you get off? Which means what time do you finish your work so that we can do something together. Or it can just be used in different ways. Like if I ask a friend, do you want to meet up tonight? They can say, I get off work at 6 p.m. I get off work at 6 p.m. Or my wife gets off work at 6 p.m. We can do something after that. So it means to finish work, to finish a shift, to get off. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. To get out. To get out. Now, sometimes you might see get outside too. So to get outside means to leave the house. To get outside, let's get outside. We need to get outside more. I want to get outside more. How often do you get outside? So we use this a lot, but we can also use get out to mean to escape something. So get out. When it's used a lot for prison sentences as well. So you can say, did you know he's going to get out in 2 months? Meaning prison. To get out, to escape. Someone says, get out of my way. Get out of my way. That's a very common expression. If someone is frustrated, get out of my way. And you're trying to go somewhere and people are in your way. Get out of my way. Okay, so to get out. My wife and I often say, we need to get out more. We need to get out more. Not at the moment, but we're excited about getting out again in a few months or a few weeks. So it might just mean as well, to get out means to do stuff in the evening, to go to restaurants, bars, the cinema, to get out. To get out and do fun stuff. Okay, next one. Get over. Okay, so get over. This means to recover from something, okay? Or to overcome something. Sometimes like fear. So get over. I made a few lessons on phrases that you can use to talk about sickness, and this was one of them, to get over a cold. So you'll often hear people say, I just need to get over this cold. I want to get over this cold. Or it's taking you a long time to get over that cold. Shall we check it out? Shall we go to the doctors? It's taking you a long time to get over that cold. You can also use it to talk about relationships too. For example, this is not a true example, but my friend is having a hard time getting over the breakup. Okay, my friend is having a hard time getting over the breakup. So you can think about it in terms of recovering from that breakup, to feel happy again, to be in a good place. My friend is finding it hard to get over their breakup, to get over something. I needed 2 years to get over my last relationship. That's a great example. I needed 2 years to get over my last relationship. Yeah. It can be used in lots of ways, like football. Manchester United are having a hard time getting over their last result. Or Southampton took a long time to get over their defeat to Man City. It means like to recover from something. Next one, which we used in the last lesson, but I'll share it again here. Get rid of. To get rid of something. You might also hear this in relationships. You just need to get rid of her. Or you just need to get rid of him. Get rid of her, get rid of him. Like end the relationship. Get rid of him, get rid of her. It could be used for businesses too. You know, we need to get rid of some employees right now. I think we should get rid of Matthew. He's just not doing what we want him to do. So to get rid of employees. But a lot of the case, it means to dispose of get rid of stuff. We want to get rid of a lot of stuff around the house. So we're going to donate it, sell it, throw stuff away. To get rid of stuff. Good. We need to get rid of this old car. Jeffrey, your examples are great today. Yeah, we need to get rid of this old car. It might mean sell it. It might mean scrap it, to donate it. So yeah, to get rid of this old car. Gunash, Jack, you are getting younger. That's the idea. I went to 38 and I'm going to go back to 30. So to get rid of stuff. All right, we've got two more. One more. And then it's question and answer time. This one is probably more of a phrase, but it's such a powerful one. Get used to. To get used to something. To get used to something. Okay. This is great. This is such a common phrase in English, and to get used to something means to become accustomed to something. Now, there's a difference between, and I'm going to write it down. There's a difference between these two. I'm used to it, or I'm not used to it, and get used to it. Get used to it. There's a really good difference here. So I can say, I'm used to driving on the right side of the road. In the UK, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. In the US, people drive on the right-hand side of the road. But I've lived in the US so long, I'm used to driving on the right-hand side of the road. It's familiar to me. It's normal. It's normal, okay? I'm used to it. And I can also say, I got used to driving on the right-hand side of the road really quickly. Really quickly. So it didn't take me long to get used to driving on the right-hand side of the road. So this is talking about like the change from not used to it to used to it. The process. This is like the result. I'm used to it. So another example is a lot of people, when they first take my lessons, they're not used to my accent. They're not familiar with the way I speak. But I say, you will soon get used to it. You will soon get used to it, which then means that the change is going to happen. You will soon get used to it. Such a good phrase to know. Yeah. So somebody said, I used to live in Spain and now I'm getting used to living in Russia. Getting used to living. So when we use used to, we use the gerund. I'm used to driving, I'm used to playing, I'm used to teaching, I'm used to working, I'm used to singing, etc. And someone says, Jeffrey again, I'm not used to hearing the Scottish accent. The Scottish accent is really difficult. It's not very good. I'm not used to doing good accents. Good, so those are some really good phrasal verbs with get. Before we go into the questions, be sure to go to the description and check out my other lessons. I've linked to 2 lessons. One is how to use get in general, and then the other one is the playlist. I don't think I've linked to it yet, but I will do, where you can watch the live lessons during March, April, May 2020. Okay, so those are all going to be linked. And go to my channel and watch some old lessons too. There's quite a lot there for you. I think I've made about 600 lessons on this channel. So, I'm getting used to being, yeah. So again, with be, I'm getting used to being. Do you have a Yorkshire accent? No, it's Lancashire. Similar to Yorkshire, just some differences. There are some differences. I am going to do a lesson on the Lancashire accent. I've been making some notes on it, on how to do the Lancashire accent. What about I was used to? Yeah, I was. I was used to it. We can just use it as a past thing as well. I was used to it. I'm getting used to your accent. Thank you. Lancashire is nicer than Yorkshire. I agree. But I am very biased. I am biased. I have a reason to agree with you there. So yeah, I'm from Lancashire. I now live in the US. I'm used to watching your lessons on YouTube. You are, Esther. You've been here for a long time. It's good to have you. I remember you in our lessons when I was doing them in 2007, 2006. Okay, any questions before I go? I've got about 3 or 4 minutes before I end this lesson. So if you have any questions, leave them now. I'd be very grateful if you press the like button and then share this lesson with your friends. So share this lesson on WhatsApp, share it on Facebook, on YouTube, send it as a message to your friends. It really helps the channel and it makes me want to teach more. So Gunesh said, I got used to your accent, Jack. Good. So you can just say, I got used to the past, what happened in the past. It's a really good example. Okay, someone says, how to use would for past habits. Yeah, it's used a lot when you're talking about past habits in a way where you're telling a good story or you want people to really enjoy it. So, just for example, I can say, when I was younger, I used to play football a lot. And my dad would take me to football practice. And afterwards, we would stop and get ice cream. Okay, so this is doing it in a way that's a little bit more poetic. Whereas used to is more stating facts. I used to play football. My dad used to take me to training. We used to get ice cream after the game. And you can sometimes use one, sometimes use the other, use them both together. The different ways to do it. Are you speaking Queen's English? No, not at all. I saw her presentation or her speech yesterday, and it's very different. Okay, a couple more questions. Can you understand what Americans say? Yes. Yeah, I'm used to listening to Americans. I'm used to hearing the American accent. When I was younger, I used to watch American TV shows and I got used to the way Americans speak. And now, after living in America for so long, I'm really used to listening to people in an American accent. Okay, please make more conversations with your wife. Yep, we're trying to do that. We're trying to find time to do it with our children at home. How often do you lecture online lessons? It's going to be about 3 times a week at the moment. I'm going to probably, hopefully, have a specific time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. But I can't guarantee it right now because of the situation. But that is my idea. That is my plan. And I'm going to plan the lessons and schedule the lessons so that you get a notification. And the best way to know if I am live and when I'm going to go live is to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you receive that notification. And yeah, at 10 a.m. EST time, American time. Okay. On that note, I am going to leave. Again, thank you so much for being here. Check out the description and go watch some of the older conversations my wife and I had, more lessons on Get. And also, if you haven't seen the last lesson, check that out too. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're staying safe. And if you have that time to learn English and you can do it, then it's great to have you here. Okay, bye everyone.